Welcome to Living Local with Frisbee Real Estate, where we connect neighbors, businesses, and stories, because home is more than four walls. I'm your host, Ed Frisbee. Join me as we sit down with local business owners, community leaders, and neighbors to share what makes Western North Carolina such a wonderful place to live. Let's jump into today's conversation. Hey, thanks for joining us today. Our special guest is Stacy Bishop with Open Arms Pregnancy Center here in Hendersonville. Stacy, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Ed.
So give us a quick overview of what you do and about Open Arms, and then we have some questions from there.
Sure, absolutely. So I am the director of Open Arms Pregnancy Center. I have been there for about 7.5 months. It's been just an honor to be there, to be in the building, to serve the families of Hendersonville. We offer material support for families in need. So we have clients that come to us once a month for diapers and wipes and baby clothes and all the things that go along with having a baby, because babies are expensive, no joke. We also do ultrasounds. Everything we do is free, but we do ultrasounds from 6 weeks to 14 weeks. We have a nurse on staff. We love on the mamas. We offer support group, wraparound care for anything that moms and babies may need, families that are just in need of additional support. So that's kind of in a brief nutshell some of the things that we do at Open Arms.
And how do people find you?
So we are at 4005 Asheville Highway. We do require an appointment for the very initial visit, just so we can carve that time out, because it does take about 45 minutes just to sit and fill out all the forms and talk and all that stuff. But any other time, they can just pop in once they become an initial client. We walk with women from pregnancy all the way to the baby is 18 months old. So if you know a woman that is in need of some additional support and that she fits that category, send her our way. You can find us on Facebook, Open Arms Pregnancy Center in Hendersonville. If you just search that, you should be able to find us. You can go to our website, which is Open Arms 329. You can go to our website. So many different ways, or you can give us a call. Always look us up on Google. Pretty easy to find.
And I'm trying to think that address. I think I've passed y'all's building before, but it's between Mountain Home Post Office and Fletcher exit on I-26, correct?
Yes,
that's kind of a ballpark.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the general area where we are. We're right next to Addispace, which is on the left if you're heading out towards Fletcher on Asheville Highway. So.
And particular hours or? Yeah,
so we're open Monday through Thursday from 10 to 2. That's our open client hours. But we do also offer other services, and then, we're available for emergency aftercare. We have, certain clients, that are in like law enforcement that will come in, and sometimes they have emergency cases and they're in need of support for some of the people that they've run into. Gotcha. And so we'll meet them, after hours to make sure that those families receive the support that they need.
And so how long has Open Arms been around?
We've been around since like the late 80s. Wow. There was a group of women who had a heart for families and wanted to support life. And so they gathered together, and then they started Open Arms. In the late 90s, we incorporated as Lighthouse Crisis Pregnancy Center. And then it has just evolved since then. It has been, a beautiful journey, and we have supported through many, many years the families of Henderson County.
And I think someone else told me some stats, but do you have any stats you can share, like that annual amount of people you help? Or?
Yeah, so sure. So last year we were right at about 300 clients that we had come through our doors. Our clients can come, one time, or they can come once a month until the baby's 18 months old. So it was in the thousands as far as client visits last year that we had. But we served, as far as families go, we served almost 300 families. And that doesn't include, the children that we've served and right. all that stuff. So the numbers are pretty great. Our numbers have grown dramatically. We moved to Asheville Highway a couple of years ago. We had moved from Washington Street. We had moved from Washington Street to Haywood Road. And once we got to Haywood Road, a couple months after moving into Haywood Road, we found out that the DOT was going to be widening and they were going to take our building. So from that, we ended up out on Asheville Highway. When we were on Haywood Road, we would see relatively a high number for a month was about 60 clients a month. In March of this past year, we saw 144 clients. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
Our growth has been dramatically since we've moved out to Asheville Highway. So the need is definitely increasing for our services. Families are in need of that additional support.
And how do people help you?
So so we have an Amazon wish list that's on our website, and we try to keep that pretty up to date. So if there are, we are in need of certain size of clothing, or if we're in need of certain size of diapers, or if we have a lot of moms that need high chairs, we'll post those things on our Amazon wish list if someone wants to buy brand new. But we actually do also take used items. So if it's gently used, because babies go through things so fast, a lot of times, families will have all these additional items that they don't need anymore because, for whatever reason. So we actually, during our regular operating hours, we have an incredible group of volunteers that help us process and sort donations. So they can stop by and drop off their donations. We can't take things like used car seats. We can't take cribs, but just because we don't have the storage space for those kind of things. But we'll take, swings and bassinets and used baby clothes. So any of those things, we make sure that they're, gently used, because we don't want to, we want to give our clients good things, but we bless them in those ways. And it's a blessing to us to receive those, even those gently used donations. We're really grateful for those.
And you'll accept those during operating hours, or do they need an appointment?
No, we accept those anytime during operating hours. So anytime Monday through Thursday, 10 to 2, they can drop by and just drop off their stuff. Our volunteers will greet them and get all those things. And if there's certain things that we can't take, like jogging strollers or the used car seats, they'll let them know at that point, we're not able to take these items because of this or this.
Right.
So.
And do you tend to have people from other counties too, or just Henderson County?
We do. So a little bit of what we do, it's a little bit different, but we do offer these supplies. The clients don't have to meet certain criteria. They don't have to, do so many things or jump through any hoops to receive those supplies. So we do have some clients come over from Buncombe County, sometimes even Polk County, they'll come up. We also offer something called APR, which is the abortion pill reversal. That's one of the things that we offer our clients. So if a mom does take the abortion pill because of feeling overwhelmed or just feeling afraid, sometimes women will change their mind and decide they don't want to finish up the abortion. So they can actually come to our center and they can get started on the APR procedure. We'll go through the protocol with them, and then there is a possibility that we can reverse the effects of the abortion pill. Because there are a limited number of centers that offer that, a limited number of medical facilities that will offer that, we actually will have clients come up from Greenville and from other areas. We've had clients from Charlotte. We've had clients from Hickory, kind of all over, come to our center seeking that help whenever they get in that situation and they change their mind and want to reverse the effects of that abortion pill.
I had no clue that was even...
Most people have no clue that that's even an option.
Yeah.
But since its inception, APR, which is the abortion pill reversal, there's been over 8,000 babies who have been saved through the abortion pill reversal.
Wow.
And it's nationwide. There's a kind of a parent of the network called Heartbeat International, and they run the abortion pill network. So we have to go through a lot of a very, very good oversight from Heartbeat International. We also have a medical director that oversees all of our ultrasounds and all of the protocol that we enact. But it's super simple. It's a simple process. We bring the ladies in, talk to them about their medical history, do an ultrasound just to make sure that the baby does still have a heartbeat. And then we're able to get her on progesterone, which progesterone is very safe. It's been used in pregnancies for well over 50 years. But basically, the abortion pill is a 2-part pill. The first pill starves progesterone from the uterus, so which the baby has to have to survive. The second pill causes the uterus to contract and the mother to miscarry. But if we can get her in before she takes that second pill, if she has changed her mind, then we can just give her lots and lots of progesterone and then hopefully counteract the effect of that first pill, which is starving the progesterone from the baby. So we have seen many good cases come through, and the reversal take effect and work, and the babies have had no kind of issues, no kind of health concerns. Everything's been great with that baby.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, it's a really cool.
No idea.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here clueless.
Yeah,
I mean, that's amazing.
It is an amazing thing that we're able to offer and walk with these moms. And again, it's just another part of walking with these moms on their journey. Whatever her reasoning for deciding to take the abortion pill, when we bring her into us, we want to know she's loved, that she's valued, and that we're there no matter what the outcome. But the abortion pill reversal process, the procedure, has about a 64 to 68% rate of success to be able to reverse the effects. So she's got a really good shot at being able to reverse those effects of the first pill, should she decide that she wants to. So just people knowing that it's even an option is really important, because it is pretty life changing if you make that decision. So for a woman to be able to know, what, I can change my mind, that there is hope still, because it's a heavy thing that they're walking through whenever they get into that situation, sometimes with an unexpected pregnancy. So, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm really good
done.
at making long stories longer. So you asked one quick question about counties that we served.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And how do people just find you through Google, or there's
most of the time?
So they're Googling that information to find
exactly.
Okay. Or chat, whatever.
Yeah, yep. A lot of times they'll, the thought process is, I've taken the abortion pill, and is there anything I can do to change it? They'll Google something like that, and that's when the APR network pops up, really quickly. They're able to call and talk to a nurse on the line, and a lot of times this happens at night. It happens on Friday nights, over the weekends, kind of thing. But they'll talk to that nurse, and then the APR network looks at, okay, what's the closest center, what's the closest place that's offering abortion pill reversal, and then they'll get them in contact with our nurse. Our nurse then begins the process of talking to her, getting an appointment scheduled, because we get them out as quickly as we possibly can, just to give them that, what they need, and that encouragement, knowing that there's still hope.
Wow, that's deep.
It is. It's a lot. It definitely is. So, but it's incredible. Again, we're there to support and to love these women, meet them where they're at, and to let them know that they're not alone. So it's just another part of it.
And if somebody's watching this or listening, are y'all accepting volunteers still, or what's that process?
So there is a process for volunteers. The way our volunteer situation works is we have volunteers that work almost like a part-time job. They work 1 day a week for 4 hours a day. They have to be there from start to close when we're there seeing our clients. Right now we are full, but we're always taking applications and holding on to those. But we like to meet with the potential volunteer just to find out, a little bit of information about them, and then share the center and what we do through the center. But yeah, they can always go to our website. They can actually download the volunteer application, or if someone wants to come out and get one from us, I love to give people a tour so they can actually see the center, so they can see what we do, because Open Arms is a really special place. Going into it, because we are faith-based, a lot of prayer goes into what we do. And whenever I came on, I walked through the house, we prayed, we just asked the Lord to let his presence dwell, because again, we want women, we want families, children, we want them to know that they're not alone, that they are loved, that they are valued, and that every life is precious to God. And so our prayer is that his presence just sits in that place. So that's what we pray, that when women walk in, that they walk into the open arms of the Father, and that they are loved, and that, again, that they're special, they're important, they're not alone. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And how do people support you?
So like I had mentioned, we do take the donations of gently used items. Right. We take our Amazon wish list. They can support that way. We always have a campaign going called Baby Bottle Boomerang, which is, we have these little baby bottles that are like little banks, and people can put change in them, fill them up with change, or they can also scan the QR code that's on the bottle and donate through our website. But obviously be needs are always something that we're always in need of. So they can go to our website, they can donate via our website. They can be a monthly donor, and they can actually sign up with their credit card to donate monthly. They can mail in checks to our address, to the 4005 Asheville Highway. So monetary donations are always greatly appreciated and very needed.
And the web address is openarms329?
Openarms329.com.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We'll post that as well. But,
Yeah.
Awesome. That is a great ministry.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible to see the hand of God work through, things that we needed when I came on. We needed counselors, somebody that was be willing to meet with the women who are walking through trauma, maybe domestic violence,
Right.
maybe grief with miscarriages. We see lots of moms who have had previous miscarriages, and then there's a gap in maternity care because a lot of times the OBs can't get them in before they're so many weeks along. But you have a mom who's had a miscarriage prior, and she's worried and she's very concerned about what things are looking like, and she's concerned that it might happen again. So we get those moms in and we give them an ultrasound just to make sure everything looks good. And we don't diagnose, but we make sure we can find a heartbeat. We check gestational age and all those things. So it's a huge just sigh of relief for those moms who have walked through that. So in getting them that grief support, for what they've previously walked through, the Lord sent in 2 counselors that we have now that are willing to see our clients and walk with them through the trauma and the grief and some of the things that they've experienced. So the Lord has just continuously, we'll have a need, and then God meets it before we even really realize what we're in need of. So all of those things are kind of a part, just a small portion of these puzzle pieces that I've got to sit back and watch God put all those things together, and it's been really beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I didn't ask about you, but are you new to the area? Or are you from the area? Or
So I've lived here for almost 30 years. My husband and I was 18. I was from the Greenville, South Carolina area. I was 18 when my husband and I got married. And so my husband is a native. He was born at Pardee. He's lived here his whole life. Family, deep roots here. But yeah, so I've been around for a long time. My husband and I had a business, and he still operates the business, but I came on to Open Arms. I had sat on the board for about 2.5 years, and then our previous director retired. And when she retired, I really felt the Holy Spirit nudging me, saying that this is the next step for you, Stacy. So I stepped away from our family business. My husband still runs it, and then I stepped into the role as executive director in October of last year of 24.
That's great.
So, 25, not 24.
So if you've been in the area for a while, you probably like to eat out sometimes.
Definitely,
Yep.
definitely, yeah.
And so give us 3 places. They don't have to be in any order, but
Oh my goodness.
kind of your top 3 suggestions if somebody's looking for a good place to eat, or even that you choose to go eat at.
Okay, so probably after we leave today, I am going to run by Mini Batch Cafe, which is a brand new.
And where is that?
It is off of 7th Avenue. It is
Okay.
in the former Daddy D's. That was also another favorite of ours.
Yep.
We loved Daddy D's, which they do have a food truck. So if you find Daddy D's food truck, make sure you hit that up because they have got the best mac and cheese. And my husband would say they have the absolute best pork chops on this side of the who knows where, Mississippi. Amazing food. But Mini Batch Bakery, the cafe is brand new. They opened just a couple of weeks ago. They have incredible sandwiches, and I will tell you because I love food. My husband is a foodie, and he has gotten me very involved deeply in food, going out to eat. But the Turkey Club has got a roasted red pepper pesto on it, and it's made on garlic sourdough bread. All the bread's freshly baked. It is incredible. It is so yummy.
Wow.
So I've been dreaming about it since I had it, right after they opened. So it's incredible. So Mini Batch Cafe, they're only open for like breakfast and lunch. So you want to make sure you get there early. I think they close at 2.
And that's also connected to the bakery, correct?
It is. It's literally, so the bakery is on the right,
Okay.
and then the cafe is on the left if you're facing towards Lowe's. So you're heading down that way from downtown.
Well, if you see them today, I've tried to have them onto the podcast a few months ago, but they stay busy.
Yeah, so. She does stay very busy, but they are incredible people, and I think you definitely should have a sit down with Stacy. So,
awesome.
Yeah, that's great. So that's probably super excited. The newbie restaurant here. We eat out a lot, Ed. I mean, we eat out a lot.
You do,
so right? We're always running into each other at some kind of restaurant. So Mike Weimer's out at Salty Landing is incredible. That is probably one of my husband's top rated. He loves to eat out there, but they've got some incredible seafood and just all the things. And then there are so many great barbecue restaurants, but I do love barbecue. And recently, Green River Barbecue has been a really, really good. It's in Saluda, so I'm in East Flat Rock, so I'm over towards that way.
Did they change?
They did. I think they did change owners. But recently, I don't know. They have the most incredible fried green tomatoes, which I know that sounds wild, that I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
I mean, they are phenomenal. And so if you go to Green River Barbecue, I would literally go down there just to get the fried green tomatoes. And I don't like tomatoes.
What's good you say that, because I've not heard them mentioned for a while.
Okay. Yeah.
Since management changed or ownership changed, whatever. But
incredible fried green
That's
tomatoes, just FYI. So they're very good. There's so many, and I, in my former life, we did a lot of events, so I know some amazing caterers in this area and that have restaurants or food trucks. And so please, if you watch this and you're my friend, don't get offended that I did not mention you, but.
There's lots of good choices.
There
of food.
are.
And sometimes we think there's no food choices, which is weird how our human brain works.
True. It really is true. So, but those are some of my favorites.
We need a printout or an app that tells us our top 10 choices to choose from. Yeah. It's like back in high school, you'd be like, where do you want to go? I don't know. Where do you want to go?
Right? Yeah. And it seems like for a long time we ate Mexican every single week. I would literally live off of Mexican food. So there's a lot of great choices around here too.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, Stacy, thanks for taking time.
Of course.
We've run out of time already. I have more questions. Maybe we'll have an episode 2 one day.
Okay, that sounds great.
Thank you for taking time.
Of course.
Tell us your website, contact information one more time.
Absolutely. So Open Arms CPC at gmail.com is my email address. You can catch me directly. And then our website is openarms329.com. And I know a lot of people ask, why is it 329? That does not make any sense. That was our old address when we were on Washington Street. So
Gotcha.
openarms329.com.
Awesome. All right. Stacy Bishop,
Thanks,
Open
guys.
Arms Pregnancy Center.
Yeah.
Thanks again for watching and or listening today. And as always, keep living local. Thanks for joining us on Living Local with Frisbee Real Estate. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow the podcast and share it with a friend. To learn more about Frisbee Real Estate, your lifelong home resource, visit frisbeerealestate.com. Until next time, keep living local.